Happy winter solstice from the University of Life. I'm your host, Sean Roundy. And from now on, every day is going to be a little bit brighter. Christmas is right around the corner. So what's on your list this year? I've got something special for you, by the way, that I hope you'll enjoy. But first, may I make a recommendation? What I suggest, what I think you ought to want for Christmas this year is awesome sauce. In other words, to develop your best self, your best traits, to be your awesomest being. Because if you do that, then your life will literally drip with awesomeness. And what could possibly be better than that? If you're a quick thinker and you've taken my advice and decided that you want to enjoy some awesome sauce this year, then fantastic, because what I've got for you is a whole podcast series named Awesome Sauce, in which we'll explore the traits that make life great. We'll do our best to entertain you with stories, examples, and insights with the firm belief, the absolute conviction that ideas change people's lives, and that as you let these ideas in, they will become part of you, and you'll naturally exude more and more awesome sauce in whichever ways you choose. It's like Herbert Spencer said, the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. And that's what happens when you expand your mind with good ideas. By the way, if you're watching this podcast on our YouTube channel, then you'll notice we've got our podcast page open, and we've got Herbert Spencer's awesome quote open there, right there. So you can find this on our YouTube channel sometimes, on our just audio podcast sometimes, and then often on both. So if you don't want to miss anything, be sure to subscribe to all of it, and we'll keep delivering the best content we can come up with. Now, if you really want to have fun, and if you want to get the most from this series, then do your homework consistently, which I will assign from time to time. And right now, here is your first assignment. Have a conversation with someone and identify 2 or 3 of your favorite traits in your favorite people. Your list can include things like kindness, strength, intelligence and competence, sense of humor, courage, creativity, attractiveness, generosity, spontaneity or adventurousness, or dozens of other possibilities. And next, discuss why you like them so much. What makes those traits so appealing? Are they fun? Are they admirable or attractive? Do they make you feel good? And do you wish you could be just like them? The more thoroughly you do this homework, the better you'll be prepared for a rather pleasant revelation in our next episode, which you will find at the University of Life at uoflife.com. All right, so much talking. Let's have a story before we finish up this episode to whet your appetite and give it for more of the awesome podcast series coming up soon, and to give an example of part of what might be included in a conversation when you do your homework. So I'd like to tell you about 3 of my all-time favorite people. I met Joan on a long train ride while living in Beijing many years ago, and she soon introduced me to Kin and Kristen. They were students at a university about a 10-minute bike ride away from mine, and once we met, I would visit them all the time because it felt so good just to be around them. They were open and warm and sincere and vulnerable and generous. It seemed as if they had their own emotional needs met well enough, and so kindness and friendliness just naturally spilled over in the way they treated other people without a second thought. So those are some well-developed traits, I think, in them. For example, when they invited me to their university for Thanksgiving dinner, I really wanted to pig out. Everything was so good, but I politely restrained myself. Kristen gave me her room for the night, and I awoke to a knock on the door with the 3 girls standing there, each holding a plate with a different flavor of pie. I still remember the banana cream, the pumpkin, or I don't remember the other one, but they were so good. And it just made me so happy that they would be so thoughtful. I will love these girls forever, and it makes me happy to say so. After leaving Beijing, I spontaneously ran into two of them walking down the street in southern China, and I could not have been happier as we piled on several more unforgettable adventures, which you can read about, by the way, if you like, in my book, An American in China, Starting Over, which also introduces you to many more of my all-time favorite people and the awesome sauce traits that will make me love them forever as well. And there's Kin and Joan right there. And just looking at this just makes me feel happy. Love those kids. Well, they were kids, so was I. Not so much anymore. I love those women. Now, back to awesome sauce. Notice what happens when you look for the good in other people. You find it. Notice what happens when you focus on those traits, on those good parts. It blesses your life all over again. It elevates you. It makes you want to experience those traits again and makes it feel like that's maybe well within your reach. But don't take my word for it. Do your homework and experience it for yourself. Remember, have a conversation, identify 2 or 3 of your favorite traits and your favorite people, and then discuss what makes those traits so awesome. And then let's talk about it, you and I, all of us, on uoflife.com. Leave a comment and tell us your favorite traits and what happened when you discussed those and reminisced or analyzed and talked about what makes them so great. I'm excited to hear and celebrate your awesome sauce stories. And remember to subscribe. And then until next time, live smart, live happy.